Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
So today we pick from where we left yesterday, and we were discussing, we did introduce on the basics of spreadsheets, okay? And in this case, the use of Microsoft Excel being our conventional spreadsheet, okay? So the last thing I think we were discussing was how to insert a new column and how to insert a new row, okay? The next thing we can discuss is how therefore do we alter the width or the height of the row, okay? So one of the way is simply do it yourself, okay? Well, what we mean by that is you're the one who's going to be deciding what will be the length of your Excel, okay? The length of the column, okay? The length of the height of the row, okay? It should make that decision, okay? For example, let me show you what I mean by that, okay? Excel, let's have Excel here. So for instance, we would want to change the size, okay, of our column A, okay. If you click on it, okay, it will give you that this is, you can see, I hope I don't know if they can be able to see. It's right now 64 pixels, okay. Hope you can be able to see. So once you left click, okay, once you see here, once this cursor becomes a cross sign, okay, you can see there on A, okay. If you left click on it, it will tell you that hey, the column has length equal to, in this example, is equal to 64 pixels, okay? So you can adjust yourself manually, okay? Maybe you want to adjust from 64 pixels to, let's say, 100 pixels, okay? So it is possible by simply adjusting manually, okay? So once you left click on it, okay, then you can be able to adjust, okay? And to drag the cursor along the way, you should be able to adjust the size, okay? You can see I can now be able to adjust, let's say, all the way to, let's say, 120 pixels, okay? Yeah, that's therefore become the 420 pixel. And that's the one where you can be able to adjust the size of the length of the column. Okay. You can do the same, okay, for the rows. Okay, you can see if you come here to this other side, you can see that the cursor becomes a cross sign. That means therefore you can see this how the sign appears. Okay. Can you see it by the way? I don't know whether you guys can able to see it. I hope you can see it. This is how the cursor is appearing. That means therefore you can, this means you can adjust, okay? This is appearing. That means therefore you need to adjust, you're adjusting the size of the cell, the size of the row, okay? Then this, okay, okay? Then this was in case you want to adjust the size of the column, okay? So once the cursor goes to the side, then that means therefore you can now be able to adjust the size, okay? So here it is, okay, and now I can go to adjust the size, okay. Currently it's equal to 20 pixels, okay. If for example we want to increase from 20 to 40, okay, you just drag across along the way, okay, until the pixels are 40 pixels, okay. That's the way we can go to do it manually, adjusting it manually, okay. Or you can do so, you can decide that, hey, why don't I let the system do it, okay? I don't want to adjust myself. Why don't I let the system do it automatically, okay? So let me undo, Control Z, okay. Okay, so for example, I have here, let me show you this student's name. Student names. You can see that the names are going across from column A to column B. Okay, so you want to ensure that I'll let the system, you can do it manually or you can let the system do it yourself. So if, for example, once the cross sign appears here, okay, here on top, you can see it is appearing here on top. If you double click on it, then it is going to automatically adjust the size of our column here. Okay. So again, you just simply double click on it and then to adjust automatically the size of our column here. Okay, rest is one of the way. You can let the system decide itself, or you can do it manually. Okay, let me just undo. Manually means you do the same thing. Once the cross appears on the column A, okay, then you can now be able to drag. You left click, okay, and you can drag. Be able to drag until where you want it to be. Okay, that's the manual adjustment of the size of the column. Okay. Or as mentioned, you can let the system do it itself. Okay, but simply you double click once the cross sign appear, then you can also do the double. You can also double click on it, and the system is going to automatically decide what ought to be the size of the column. Okay, those are the one of the ways upon which you can go to adjust the size of the column. Clear? Okay, great. So one is to decide yourself for yourself. I think I mentioned that you do it manually, okay? Or you can also let the system or the software in this case, okay, decide for itself by simply doing a double click on it, okay? That's on changing the size, the color, the width, the height of the width of the column, and the height of the row, okay? Then another function is what we call find and replace, okay? You find and you make a replacement on some certain key functions, okay? For instance, if you can go get one. So in it, let me open an already pre-existing Excel file. Okay, so let me open an pre-existing Excel file. Then we try to find, let's see. Okay, let me just open this, BQK company. Okay, so this is an already pre-existing file that I have, okay? So if for instance, you would want to find, let's say, so in 5,000, okay? So here it is, okay? I would done it manually. In cell D16, okay? And that's where you have 5,000. But you can also be able to find, okay? You can do use called the find function, okay? In the find function, okay? If view, it should be just a minute, review. Just a minute, I check where it is, filter. Find, yes, it is okay. Okay, you can see here home. If you have the home button, okay, this is this Excel 2016. Okay, I don't know whether you have different Excel, okay, or Microsoft, but for 2016, you can see here you have home and you can find and select. Okay, there's this here where you can find and select. Okay, so if you click on it, it's going to tell you what do you want. I want to find. What do you want to find? 75,000. So if you click on it, I want to find 75,000. Okay, and you can find, okay, find all, find next, okay, and write for you. This where you have the 75,000. Okay. Okay. Just a minute. That's not 75,000. It has picked 79,000. What has happened there? You want to pick 75,000. That's very strange because now it's giving us 479,587.5. We want 75,000. Just a minute. I'm a bit confused on what has happened there. We want to find 75,000. Oh, okay. Because within the formula there is 75,000. Okay. Okay, this is formula. These are formula based. Okay. Yeah, I get it. Because here on my markings here they are formula based. That's why it is. Okay. Like for instance, this 25,000 we have picked here. Okay. For example, this is a formula. That's why it can't find it. Okay. I need to do something. Let me see. Anyway, let me just show you what we have just done. So you can see that it's giving us cell C, that's 2. In cell C, that's 2, okay, the output is 479,000, but in the formula, there's a formula. So let me just double click on it and you can see here you have 75,000, okay, that's how it is finding the 75,000, okay. In the cell itself, there's 75,000, okay, of the output, okay, they're called the find function, okay, the find function, okay. You can also use actually, okay, you can also call the control F, okay. If you do control plus F, control, okay, on your keyboard, control plus F, that's means if you want to find, okay. So control F, it means you want to find, okay. The use of control plus F, okay, it means that we want to find. If you want to make a replacement, I want to make a replacement, you can see we have find and you have replace, okay. You have find and you have replace, okay. If you do a replace, you ask, what do you want to replace the 75,000 with, okay. Assume you want to replace it with, let's say, let's 120,000, okay. So you type, I want to replace 25,000 with 120,000, and you do that. Okay, you can see here, replace all, or just simply replace. Okay. So in case I replace, that means therefore my answer here, don't forget here where they have 75,000. This therefore will be replaced by from 75,000 to 120,000. Okay. Let's do so. We see how it's going to appear. It's going to do like that. Yeah, what's happening? Mark couldn't find a match. replace all. Yes, you can see now it has done. Okay, so if you go back to our cell C2, okay, don't forget we had 75,000 in the formula. So if I click on it, okay, you can see therefore the 75,000 is replaced by 120,000. Okay, as per the instruction we have given there in control plus F function. Okay. Alexander is clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, great. Okay, that's the use of the control function. The use of the control function. Okay, so control plus F, then therefore you can find as well as you can make a replacement. In case, for example, you don't want to make a replacement of certain figures within the Excel. Okay. Any question on that? Any question? Okay, no question. Great. Okay, so that was the use of the control function. The use of control function. Okay, as you can see, the find and select, okay, might be different depending on what one document you depending on what version of Microsoft you're using. Okay, in 2016, okay, as we have just seen, it's simply a magnifier glass there. Okay, so it depends on what Excel, what version of Excel you are using. Okay. Then how do you therefore add a comment? Okay, how do therefore we add a comment? Okay. If you want to add comments on the Excel, it's quite an easy process. If you want to add comments in the Excel, okay, let me go back to Excel here. We make an adjustment. We make a comment. Okay, so here in our cell C, that's 2. In our cell C, that's 2. We did replace 25,000 with 120,000. Okay, so right now, for example, you want to make a comment that hey, here I've done a replacement. So just in case someone else will come and want to use the same Excel, okay, they'll see that you have made maybe adjustment to that cell. Okay, from 25,000 to 120,000. Okay, so therefore let's add the comment. So you go to the cell where you want to make the comment. Okay, in this case, let's say that 2. Okay, right click on it. Okay, and one of the available option there is comment. Okay, you can see here, you can say insert comment. Okay, we have here we want to insert a comment. Okay, so in case you insert comment, okay, then you can tell what do you want to do. Okay, you can say I change the value, change maybe the units, okay, of production, units of production from 75,000 to 120,000. Okay, so just in case someone else will come, okay, and read that document, they can see the comment, okay, the comment that you made, okay, well, simply, okay, you let's click on it, okay. So here, if you just select on it, you can see that for the comment will be appearing. Okay, change the comment. Okay, I change the number of production units from 75,000 to 120,000. Okay, just an example. So that's how you insert the comment. You go to the cell where you want to make the comment. Okay, right click on it. Okay, then you can see we have here comment. Okay, so now it's edit comment, delete comment, show hide comment. Okay, so in case you want to have the comment appearing permanently, okay, permanently in the document, then you can simply show the comment. Okay, if you don't want the comment to always appear, okay, not appear, what the term to use here. As you do, if the cell is inactive, okay, if the cell is inactive, don't forget C that 2 is inactive right now. Okay, our active cell is D36. Okay, but the comment still shows. Okay, if you don't want to hide it, okay, if the cell is inactive, we don't want to see the comment. Okay, so it's the same process. Okay, right click, then hide comment. The comment is still there. Okay, we can see there for this red asterisk here. Actually, just pinpoint. Okay, here, this right. That means therefore there's a comment in the cell, but you don't need to show it. Okay, you only show it in case it becomes active. Okay, if I make it active, then the comment appears. If the cell is inactive, then it disappears. In quote, that will mean by hide or show the comment. Clear? Okay. And as I mentioned, it will be very good in case you have Excel with you. Okay, so that's all these things that you're doing. You do them in practice. Okay, but if not, there's no harm. So that's on how we add a comment. Okay, adding a comment to a cell. Okay, I think this was just what just done. Okay, adding a comment. Then you have something that's called what we call protection of a cell. Okay, cell protection or cell locking. Okay, if for instance you do not want someone else to make adjustment to that Excel file, okay, or that spreadsheet let alone, what you can do is that you can lock that cell. Okay, what we call locking or cell protection. Okay, to ensure that the user doesn't make any adjustment to the content of that Excel. So how do you do that? Okay, to ensure that there's no any adjustment made to it. Okay, these are the steps you normally follow when it comes to making sure that we lock the cell. Okay, so first thing, okay, don't forget the objective of locking the cell is in case you don't want the users, okay, of that Excel file to make adjustment to the data in. Okay, if for example, okay, this data is maybe you are the preparer. Let me just go back to our find my Excel here. If, for instance, you only want the users to read the document, okay. For instance, you don't want them to make any adjustment to this particular file. What do? You're going to lock the cell, okay. You lock this particular Excel, for example, okay, so that the users is only going to read the document, but not to make any adjustment. Right now, I can make adjustment, okay, change, for example, from this cell C that's to anything I want. For example, I can change to 120,000, okay. So it will ensure that if we don't want to make those adjustments, okay, we don't want the users to make any adjustment, we can lock that particular cell, okay. And how do we do that? Okay, let's go back to our notes. So the first thing you can do, okay, is to ensure that, okay, where the area where you want to protect, okay, you can highlight that area, okay. You can highlight or you can select that area, okay. Then you go to what we call formatted cells, okay. Then you go on what we call the tab for protection, okay. You highlight the cell that you want to, then you click on them, then you go to protection tab, okay. That means therefore you're going to be ensuring that you don't have a case. Let me actually just show you practically how this can be done through the Excel that we're using. It's here. Okay, so assume that we don't want to make adjustment to this file. Okay, so you can right click. So I want assume that we want to ensure that this area is protected. By protected means we don't want any further adjustment made on it. Areas where there's workings. Okay, there it is. Okay, so I've done the selection of the area where I want the cell to be protected. Okay, so if you've done the selection, then you can right click on it. Okay, then you can format cells. You can see here you have format cells. I hope you can see it. You can do here format cells. Okay, then you can see you have here protection, format cell. Then you have here protection. Okay, you protect. Then you untick. Okay, this for locked. Okay, so you can tick on it. Okay, so you untick. Okay, don't forget it was ticked before. Okay, so you untick it. Okay, and you make it okay. Okay, therefore next what do you do? Okay, once you're done that, okay, you're going to go to the view tab. Okay, you can see here we have the home, we have insert, page layout, formulas, data, review, view, and okay, this is from and the pen here. So I want to see here review. Okay, so go to the review tab, the tab for reviewing. Okay, so review the tab. Okay, what do you do next? Okay, you need to change the group. Okay, so here you can see you have protect the sheet itself, protect the workbook. Okay, the share the workbook here. Okay, here I want to protect the cell, so you just simply click on protect the sheet here. Okay, now once you've done that, what do? You click on I need to protect it. Okay, select the locked cell. I want to. Okay, if a minute. So if select locked cell, I untick locked cell. This means protect the sheet and the content of locked cell. Okay, so let me see if I can be able to adjust adjustment. I can still make adjustments. Just a minute. Let me repeat the process again. So done. I can still make adjustment. I didn't want this. Just a minute. It's a minute. Give me a second. And repeat the process again. Yes. Show comments. No. Protect. I want to protect the protection here. Yes, now I've done it. I think I need to untick all of them. Okay, so there's my document. Okay, so all the cells that have been selected. Okay, don't forget. Okay, no, shouldn't have done this because now the entire of my Excel is locked. Okay, even if I click on it, it's not going to make any adjustments. Okay, instead, therefore, all you have as a user is to read the document, but you can't do, you cannot add or subtract anything. Okay, or delete anything here on that particular file. Okay, that is one way you can protect. Okay, let's do that again. If you unprotect, that means for now you can make adjustment. Okay, as you can see, you can make adjustment now if you unprotect. Okay, if you protect, then that's means therefore you have all those cells. Okay, okay. Let me therefore now the person can do anything here. Okay, on those particular cells which you have protected. Let me repeat the process. Okay, let me unprotect. Okay, the process was okay. You right click. Okay, so let me just highlight the entire document. Okay, then right click on it. Okay, then format cells. Then you have the tabs for protection. Okay, right now, don't forget I had unticked it. Okay, so this is how it will appear. Okay, then you need to untick locked cell. Okay, then you come to review tab, then you protect. Okay, then you're going to be unticking. Don't forget this will be ticked. Okay, therefore you need to untick them. Okay, that means therefore the person who is going to be going through this document, okay, is only going to read, but they can't make any adjustment to the content of that particular cell. Okay. And therefore, they can't make an adjustment on this file right now. Clear?
So please repeat it again.
Okay. Let me actually, I don't know whether I can, let me do it with a new Excel. I don't know whether another new Excel somewhere. Yes, I have it here. Okay. So this Excel, okay, don't forget you can make adjustments. Okay, student name, okay. Okay, there's student name, Matthew. You can make adjustments, okay. John, okay. So in case you want to ensure that there's no one who's going to be adding content here, okay, you click on where the area or the entire worksheet. Okay, you don't want any adjustment to be done. Okay, so do the selection. Okay, I don't know, you already know. Then you let's click on it. Okay, then you can here format cells. Then you can see protection. As you can see here, it is locked already. So what do? You need to unlock it. You untick it. Okay, you click OK. Then you go to review tab. You can see you have a review tab here on top. Okay, review tab. Okay, then here you click on I want to protect the area that I've done selection, and you protect. Okay, then you untick this. Okay, you need to untick them, and that is it. Click OK. So next time no one can make adjustment to that particular file. They can read it, okay, but they can't make an adjustment to that file. They can't add the name, for example. Okay, that you mean by cell protection. Clear?
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Thank you.
So sometimes we want even to add a password. Okay, that if someone would want to unprotect that, you want to give maybe the power, okay, to someone else, maybe to adjust the document or say a theme. Okay, so what do? You can give someone else power, okay, by giving them password. Okay, for example, if you click on again, if you protect the cell here, you can see they have password here, password to unprotect the sheets here. Okay, so it is possible for you to add a password to the Excel. Okay, such that the only person who can make adjustment is the person who has the password. Okay, if you don't have the password, your power is only to read. You can't make adjustments. Okay, the person has a password, therefore can be able to adjust. Okay, for example, let's put a password here. Okay, I can just collect MA1. Okay, to be the password. Re-enter MA1. Okay, therefore, if you don't know the password, you can't be able to make an adjustment. Okay, as I can see, I can't make an adjustment here. But in case I can't even select, there's nothing I can do here. Okay, there's nothing I can do. But if I want now to, since I have the password, okay, I should be able, okay, to adjust the file. So you go and protect, you'll ask you for the password. Okay, MA1. Now I can go to make the adjustment to the file now. Okay, that is some of the way of being able to protect the file. Okay, so the password of the password, therefore, can now be able to make adjustment to the contents of that particular file. Question? Okay, so that's on how we do cell protection. Okay, that means if we're trying to strive that no one can, or you're trying to show the contents of the file, okay, protected from any person who has the power, okay, to make those adjustments. Clear? Okay.
Yes.
Okay, great. So don't forget here, okay, let me just go. Okay, I want to protect. Don't forget here, in this example, this is, no, I have, let me share again. So once you protect, you have done that protection, that means therefore you're only going to be protecting this sheet number 1 here, okay? If I open another sheet here, don't forget there's no protection there, okay? Therefore, you can make adjustment to any other extra sheet given there. However, in this sheet number 1, you can't make an adjustment. Now, what if you want to protect the entire file, okay, to ensure that no one has the, okay, no one, okay, only the person who has the password can adjust all the files here, okay, don't forget file number 1 here, file 2, 3, okay, 4, don't forget, it's only the file 1 that you have done protection here, okay. All the other files, okay, they are available to be made adjustment to, okay. Now, what if you want to protect all of them, okay? You can do that manually, okay? You protect this sheet number 2, again, the same process, number 3, number 4, but it can be a lot of work. So what can you do? You can simply add the password to the entire file, okay? How do you do that? Okay, it should be file, okay? You have file, options, file, the same, let me just go back, okay? File, options, and there should be a place where you can add a password. Yes, I made it. I want the password for the entire file. Just a minute. File, save as. Just okay, we can go to recall the process. Yes, okay. File, save as. Okay. Then you have tools here. You can see here you have tools. Who can see it? You have tools here. Then you have general options. Let me repeat the process again. File, okay, save as. Okay, of course, you browse where you want to save the document. Okay, so you want to save it in the desktop. On the desktop here. Then there's tools here. You can see you have tools here. Okay, general options. Then you can see you have here the option. What do you want to do? Okay, I want to create a password. Okay, to open. Okay, if someone needs can modify it, what can they do? They also need a password if they want to modify. Okay, you get it? Okay, password MA1, for example. Password to modify, okay, don't forget password to open and password to modify. In case you only want someone to read the document and they can't modify it, then of course definitely you also put a new password for modification. Okay, let me just put another password. Let's say MA11. Okay, Then the person who has the password, okay, MA1, will only be able to open, but not to modify, okay, the content of the particular workbook. Okay, if they have to modify, then put MA1. Okay, re-enter the password, proceed. Okay, MA1. Password to modified MA111. Okay, and that's how therefore you create the password. Okay, so if I save it here on the desktop, okay, let's go to the desktop here. I'm sure they can see my desktop. If I share my desktop, can you see my desktop? I don't know if they can see my desktop. Can you see it?
Yeah.
Okay, you can see book one, where you have book one, you can see it.
Yes.
Okay, fair enough. So in case I click on book one, okay, then it's asking for a password. Okay, to be asking for my password, it will ask for a password. Which way they can. Here it is. Yeah, you can see. Oh, we can see here the password is asking. You can see book one is protected. We need a password. Okay. So in case you put MA1, then to get out and ask you to read. Okay. If you put MA11, okay, MA11, then if we can open and modify the content of that particular file. Okay. So if I put MA1, okay, that means therefore I can have only the power to open it. Okay. But in case I want only to read only, okay, then it's going to give me the power to open. But I can't modify the content here. Okay. You can't make an adjustment. Okay, for example, you can save. Okay, let me try to save. Let's see if it's going to give me the power. You can see it's telling me, it's telling me that we can't save the book one because this file is read only. Okay, so because you don't have the power, okay, to be able to make the adjustment, okay, to the file, okay, to that particular file. Okay, so let me just close it. Okay, if I close it, don't save because you can't save. Okay, if I go back here and I put now the password to modify, okay, you're asking me the password. What's the password you want? Okay, if I put MA1, then I put MA1, MA11, then to give me the power to even now modify the content of that particular file. Okay, so I come back here, I can be able to make adjustment. Okay, that's already protected. So if I come here, I can be able to make adjustment. Okay, that should be. Now you should have the power to save now because you have the power to modify the content of that particular file. Okay, why is this? Yes, okay. Now if I save, it should be able to save. Why? Because I did enter the password to modify the content of the file. Okay. So if you do the save, it will save. And it has saved. Okay. So even if I close now, it will agree because I have the power to modify the content of the particular file. And you can see it has saved my document. So if I go back and open the document again, for example, okay, I put the password MA1. You should be able to find the content you already, the one you have just written down right now. You can see here it is. Okay, that's some of the way you can be able to protect a file or protect a workbook. Okay, so for the file, you can do the protection, the cell protection. Okay, if you do want to do the entire workbook, the best way to do so is through a password, for example. Clear?
Yes.
Okay, great. Okay. Don't forget, we should do a rat here, okay? And this is how the exam will be asking you, okay? I want to protect a given cell. What are the steps I need to follow? So I hope you're following those steps. Aisha, it's clear?
Yes.
Okay, great. That's on the protection of workbook, okay, or a file. If you want to do a single file, then you can do the cell protection, okay? If you want to do a single file, you can do the cell protection. If you want to do an entire workbook, the best way is to do a password, okay? Okay, this is the one you just done right now. So you go file, save as, then tools, then general options. Okay. Then, as we mentioned previously, don't forget, in a cell, you can also have what called formulas, okay, which I think we did mention, okay, and we did so yesterday, okay, the average function, the sum function. There's so many functions you can have. You can have, even in the case of doing standard deviation, okay. So there's so many functions that you can be able to do within Excel, okay. And the formula, in case this is referred to as here. Let me just get my pen here. Okay, this is what referred to as the formula bar here. Okay, so the formula therefore will be appearing here, and you can now be able to make adjustment to the formula on that particular area. Okay. So I think we did this yesterday, but anyway, let me just show you again. Not that there's any harm to it. So for example, in most of this file here, okay, most of them they're formula based. Okay. So for example, okay, we had here this 25,000. Okay, here in cell, and now this protected. Let me unprotect it, so that you can go to see the formula. Yeah, so this cell D16, okay, is a formula. What is appearing here is 75. Let me just highlight. So here in cell D60, which here, all is up that appears is 25,000. Okay. However, don't forget it's a formula. It's out of a formula. So in case you want to make a reference to the formula, how to make a reference to the formula? Okay. And now I can't go to. It will have to be here on top. Okay. So you can see it will be here on top here. Okay, I can't use my pen there, but it will be in this particular area here. Okay, on the formula bar. Okay, it appears here. Okay, so here on the formula bar, that's where the formula can appear. So in case I click on D16, the formula will appear there, and you can make an adjustment if you want to. Let me just click on it. Okay, so D16, and that will come the formula equals to C27. Okay, let me look for better formula. For better formula. The one you're doing, what was this? This 750. Can't remember. Okay, all these are formula, but I was trying to look for the one where we had. Well, yes, this one 20,000. Okay, so anyway, so here there's this kind of, yes, these are formula. Okay, so don't forget in this cell D that's 2. Okay, the cell D that's 2. Okay, this cell D that's 2. Okay, what appears is simply the output of the formula. Okay, what appears on the cell is the output of the formula. But in case you click, then the formula, okay, to be appearing here on top. Okay, to appear there on top. Okay, in case I click on this particular cell, okay, then let me just click on it. Then the formula appears here on top. Okay, and now you can go to make adjustment. Okay, towards the formula. The other way you can go to access the formula is in case you double click on the cell itself. Okay, if you double click on the cell itself, okay, then it is possible for you to observe what the formula is and make adjustments. Let me do so. So that's 2. You click twice and the formula appears. Clear? So you can make the reference to the formula either by double clicking on the active cell or simply referring to the formula bar on top. But for the cell need to be active for you to make a reference to the formula in that particular cell. That cell need to be active if you want to make reference to the file that is there. Okay. Clear?
Yes.
Okay, great. Then these are some of the form you can have: add function, okay, the sum function here, multiplication, division. These ones are quite easy. So anyway, take 1 minute to go through it. be careful with the formulas, because as I mentioned, these formulas is what most often not to be tested on. Okay, you're meant to identify. By the way, this negative is just from, these are bullet points, so it's not part of the formula. So don't take note of this. These are not part of the formulas here. Anyway, so take note of the formulas because they'll be tested for you. And as I mentioned, the examiner more often than not is going to introduce an error to the formula. So the point to identify what error did the examiner introduce. Okay, so the common way, for example, is to leave out a bracket, for example. So in this, for example, okay, the examiner may leave out this particular opening bracket. So you're meant to identify what's wrong with the formula above. Okay, so you have to be very careful. Okay, and as I mentioned, okay, we don't use colons, semicolons. Well, that's another area where the examiner try to trick you. We use colons. Okay. If you're trying to feed into an array of values, okay, we use colons, no semicolons, okay. Yvonne, that's clear?
Yes.
Okay, great. You also have the use of the power function. Okay, the power function we use will call the caret character. I don't know if they can see it in those who have a computer. Okay, the caret character. Okay, it should be in your keyboard. Okay, I don't know whether I can. Let me just try to go search. Okay, so that I project it for you. Okay, caret character. Okay, so in most computer, okay, hope you can see my screen. This will refer to as the caret character. So it's going to be in one, mostly going to be in number 6. Okay, so of course, in case you want to access the character, then to do shift, okay, shift 6. Okay, then they can go to access that character. That means therefore you want to do the power. Okay, that you mean therefore you want to do a power. Okay, power of 2, power 3, power 4, power 5, whatever you want to use. Okay, but that is where the caret character is. Okay, this will refer to the caret character. Where you want to introduce a power function to the equation. Okay. Then here's the case of dates. Okay, you can also be able to introduce dates. Okay, to the Excel. Okay, for instance. Okay, let me just go back to our usual Excel here. Okay. If, for instance, you want to stamp the date of this particular file, okay, you simply go to the cell where you want the date to appear, right click on it, okay, then you should be able to, or simply you can, okay, best way is to simply go to the general, okay, so go to the cell itself, then you can see here you have general, okay, we have general, then one of them should be the date, okay, how do you want the date to appear? Short date, okay, how do you want it to appear, okay, therefore count, therefore one of them you can go to insert the date, okay, for example, let me call this is July, okay, 13th July, because for 13th July 2020, it picks automatically, okay. So 1st January 2020, okay, that's another week that it can appear, okay. If you want to, today is 18th November, okay, 18th November, then it also automatically pick out the date, okay. So don't forget in here it will be here to be the date here, okay. So here to be the date, okay. So here to do the customize. Let me just take the long date, okay. That's another way you can have it here, okay. So simply go to the cell itself and you make the adjustment, okay. How do you want it to appear? Like, okay, that's another way you can have it as 18th of November 2020. That's a very simple way of adding the date, okay. Let me try to check for something here. Let me see if we can format cell. And of course, here's how we can build it. Okay, so in case you go to format cell, okay, let me just repeat the process. Okay, right click, format cells. Okay, then you can have here date, the number, then you have the date here appearing here. Okay, it's the same step. There's no difference. The same step. Okay, But here you have more leeway. Okay, how do you want the date to appear like? Okay, so you pick the one that you want to appear the date to be like. Okay, UK, how do you want that's the simplest way of trying to put those dates. Okay, clear. Okay, that's in case you want to insert date to the Excel file. Okay, so you can also use the control plus semicolon, okay, in case you want to have to fill in the date automatically. Okay, so that's another way of trying to add the date to the Excel. Control plus semicolon. Okay, then let's just go back. We see it's in work. Okay, so for example, I want to put here the dates in cell D1 automatically. So control plus semicolon. Okay, it will pick out the date automatically. Okay, control plus semicolon. This will put the day of that particular when you are doing the edit of the file. Okay, control plus semicolon. Okay, that therefore that is a date for date function. You want to put the date function automatically. Control plus semicolon. Any questions so far? Okay, so as I mentioned, this is, you can go to format, date, and then you can go to adjust. How do you want the date to appear like? Okay, so you make your own adjustment on how you want the dates to appear like. Any question? Okay, then you have called an if statement. Okay, or called formulas with conditions. It's called the use of if statement. Okay, you're trying to evaluate something. Okay, you're trying to, for example, have the marks. Okay, you're trying to feed in what we call a logic test. Okay, trying to evaluate the values. Okay, that if a student got, let's say, above 50, then you want to say that this student passed. Okay, if a student got less than 50, then you want to have it appear as a fail. Okay, so how can you do that? Okay, you use what called the if function. Okay, the if statement. Okay, where you want to introduce a condition towards the marks. Okay, I'm not sure they can go to evaluate. Let me just take you. So first, take note of this if function. Take note of this. Was, as I mentioned, to be tested. It may be tested, not to be tested. It may be tested. So take note of that if function. Okay, let's try to attempt to verify that. Okay, assume that these are the student marks here. Let me unprotect this. Unprotect. Okay, so see the marks the student got here was, let's say, 34 below 50, and here was 53. Okay, so you want to test whether the student passed or failed. Okay, so what if we introduce the if function? Okay, equals if. Okay, if function logic test. Okay, so for the logic test, I'll show what has happened here. I would want to, if the logic test, okay, that is going to get the marks with 50. If value is true, if the value is equal to true, then what do? We actually say that this is a pass. If true, pass. If not, fail. Okay. Oh, but now the game to work. No, this is not working. It's not a very tricky function to use. If logic test 50. 50, if true, then I can hold it pass. If not, then fail. If, just a minute. What if true, pass. If not, fail. Give me a minute. I try to adjust here the if function. Logic test, it is if logic test, let's do the if here. So this is meant to check if the condition is met and return one value if true and another value if false. So 50 if true, if greater than 50. And let's see, this is a pass. If 50, pass. If not, then it's a fail. Let's see. Why is it a pass? It's not 50. Let's see. How comes they're both pass? Just a minute. Just adjust the formula again. Logic if so we can introduce greater than here. If greater than or equal to 50, equal to greater than 50, this is invalid. Wait a minute. Logic test still invalid. Invalid. Just a minute. Logic test if $50 if it is 50 true pass, if not fail. The value there was 34, so most commonly where it's giving us a pass with us, it's meant to be a fail. I think it will come with time. Because I'm sure that this game is going to give us a pass, whereas that's not the case. So this was a pass, but this is a fail. Because it was at 4.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, yes.
Sir, can I try?
Yes, try. Sure.
Sir, just undo this.
Sorry?
Undo this. Bring back the values.
Okay. So let me give you the part. You have the Excel with you.
No, sir. I'm using my phone.
Are you using your phone?
Yeah.
Okay. Fair enough. So what do you say? I undo the values here,
Yeah.
the way it is right now.
Yeah, sir. Now,
Mm.
put equal to if.
So equals to where the cell is C2.
Yeah. C2.
Okay. I put if function.
Just manually, like type it.
Manually. Okay. Let me do that. So equals if. Okay.
Yeah. So just double click the if it has.
So I double click if
it has appeared in the whatever.
can you see my screen?
Yeah, I can, but it's a bit blurry.
Oh, okay. Let me see if I can actually be able to expand it. Just a minute. So you're saying that we do if. Okay, I've done that.
Yeah, then you click on B2.
Oh, B2. Okay, there you go.
Then put the greater sign.
The greater sign. Do I need a comma?
No, I don't. No. Comma.
Okay, greater sign.
Just put the greater sign. 50. Then comma. Then open the quotation.
To quotation. So where are they? Hey, what's happening today? Just a minute. My keyboard is another. Yes. Okay.
Pass. Close the quotation. Comma.
Okay.
Again, open the quotation.
Oh, what's happening? Okay, here it goes. I have it. Then fail.
Yeah. Then in between, just fail. Maybe you can try that.
Yeah. There it goes. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes, that is the use of the function. Let's actually drag the formula. We see whether John has passed, because if greater than 50, then there needs to be a pass. Yes, I guess should be a pass. Yes, there's a pass. Thank you for that. Yes, that's the use of the if function. Okay, trying to make an evaluation on whether a statement is correct or it's wrong. Okay, and this is the use of if function. Let's try to test what if we have here. Let's say Mary here. Okay, if we got 75, then it ought to be a pass. Okay, so it does the formula, then this should be a pass. Okay, if you have Joseph here. Okay, assume that is 49. This should be a fail. Let's see that they're going to pass the test. And it's a fail. Yeah. Thank you, Jeff, for that. Yes, it's gonna for a fail. That's the use of if function. By the way, take note of that particular function. Thank you, Jeff, for that. Not whether I need to show the formula. Yes, take note of it, because I think this is actually one of the formula that the examiner, in one of the past exam, okay, the examiner was given. Okay, and actually, if just a minute, in this if function that we have written there, so this is, let's say this is Daniel. Okay, just a minute here. If Daniel got a 50, then this if function need to it says it's a fail. But don't forget that therefore it's not a fail, this is a pass. Okay, so we need to adjust therefore the if function. So if I to adjust it here, okay, to include equal sign. Okay, so equals equals. Let me see how it is meant to be. Should I put it before or after? We have found a typo. Okay, yes. Yeah, this comes for pass. Okay, so let me actually do that to show you. So if, for example, we wanted to have to determine that in case you got greater than or equal to 50, then you do make a pass. Okay, so therefore here I've introduced the equal sign here in the function. Okay, so greater than equals 50, greater than or equal to 50, not equal to 50 or greater than 50. Okay, the situation is greater than or equal to 50. So therefore, this is how the sequence need to be like. Okay, take note of this because it's one of the questions the examiner has asked in the past. Okay, I remember in one of the past exam that the examiner was identifying. Okay, so don't forget, take note of it on this if function. If you want to do less than, then of course you just introduce the less than sign, the less than sign. If I you, I'd write down that formula. Let me suppose that you've done that. Okay, let me suppose that you've written down that formula. That's the use of the if function. Okay, trying to evaluate whether a statement, okay, passes the test. Okay, if not, then it's going to give us a statement. Don't forget here you can adjust this. Okay, you can adjust the formula here. Okay, pass or a fail. Okay, if it's going to be about 70%, then you can also tell them that it is excellent. So it is able to output. Okay, whether whatever you've done, okay, is good or not. Okay. Actually, I can put two if statements, okay, in say one statement. Like if, for example, if you got, let's say like 75%, then we need to output that was excellent. Let's see that can happen. Pass or fail. Let me introduce another. I'm not very sure they can do that. Just in case, maybe if 50 and above, that are pass. If below 50, there's a fail. But what if it's a 70 and above? We don't say that this is maybe an excellent performance from the student. I'm not sure they can do that using the if function. I'll try to see whether that's possible. Okay, therefore in the next class I'll try to see whether I can have that function. Okay, well, it is possible. In fact, I know it's possible. It should be possible for us to be able to have that. Okay, I'll check whether it is possible. Okay. So that's on the if function. If function. I hope you have taken note of those formula. Okay. As I mentioned to you, don't forget this is a question that have been tested in the past. Okay. You're meant to identify among the four if function that have been given to you. Okay. Which one is correct? Which one is wrong? Okay. So I hope you have taken note of those key function. So that's on the use of if function. Okay. Then you have route function. Route function is you want to route off to the nearest. Okay. Of course, the route function. Okay. Okay, that is an easy one for sure. The use of route function. If, for example, let's say you can go to do it here. Let's show the route function. If you want to do the route function, assuming that these are the marks of the student. Okay, this is Abdi. Okay, this is who else? This J. Okay, I just put the it is. They got 50.75. Okay, they got 49.78. Okay, so we want here to do the route function. So if we do the route function equals route sub function equals, we want to route off the value, the number. This is the number here. Okay, we want to route to 2 decimal places, number of digits. We would want to route off to 1 decimal place, for example. Okay, so let's see if this is going to help us. Yes. Okay, is able to route off to the 1 decimal place. Okay, let me just repeat. Okay, equals route, you want to route off to the nearest. Okay, how many places do you want? Okay, so this number I want to route off. Okay, I make the reference to the number. Okay, comma, how many decimal places do you want? Okay, I want 1, I want 2, I want 3, I want 4. Okay, I want 4, for example. Then you just put 4. Okay, so they're going to give us an output. You get a 4, it doesn't matter because this is already into 4 decimal places. If I have to adjust this to, let's say 5, this is 3, 4, 6, 8. Okay, so therefore now it's going to give a 4. We have the values. That was going to give 4 decimal places. Okay, as you can see. Okay, they were 5, but now they are in 4 decimal places. Okay, if I put this from that's number. Okay. So let me put this number to from 3 to let's say 9, so that you can through this ought to take to 49, 78, 35. Okay, and you can see therefore it's going to route off to the nearest. Okay, routing off to the nearest value. Okay, so that's on. What did I do here? Yes. Okay, therefore that's on how we get therefore the value to the nearest of. Okay, routing the number to the nearest of, we can put the decimal places to a whole number, for example. Okay, using what we call the route function. Let me just repeat the formula, just make reference if you want to. So in case you don't route off to the nearest whole number, okay, let me adjust this formula. Yes, Alexander.
So I haven't seen you use the number 6.
Number
The
6.
shift
Where's
and
number
number
6?
6.
Number 6. Where's number 6? Sorry.
Number 6 on your keyboard.
Number 6. Oh, the character.
Yes.
Oh,
I haven't
that's
seen
okay.
you use it on formulas.
On formulas. You want the card character. Which one do you mean?
Yeah, the card character.
Okay, fair enough. We can do therefore if so you want to do this square, okay? So equals, just to show you, okay, 6 to the power of, okay, 6 to the power of 2. Okay, you know that's 6. That's this what you mean, Alexander?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. Therefore, in case you want to do 6 to the power of 2, you simply do a 6 to the power of 2. Okay, you use therefore the character. Okay, and therefore this is therefore ought to give us that 6. What's up? Oh yeah,
Thank
because
you.
the formula.
Thank
Yes,
you,
give
sir.
therefore that's 6. That's what you meant, Alexander, I hope.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. If you want to the cube root, simply the same, 6 to the power of 3. Okay, for the cube, give the cube. Okay, yeah, therefore 216. Yes, you can also use that as part of your formula. So there is the formula. Okay, anything else remaining? If I want to adjust, let me say I want to get it to the nearest of whole number, so I put a 0. Let's see again to give us therefore the nearest whole number. Yes, here it is. In case you don't have the numbers to the whole number, equals. Okay, here it is. Okay, so I put a 0 because I want to have this value to the nearest of whole number. So therefore I put a 0. Okay, therefore to the nearest, therefore become therefore 51. Okay, we have here 51. Okay, if you do the same thing, this is therefore ought to be equal to 50. Clear? I hope you're taking note of those formulas. Okay, as I mentioned, don't forget you don't have Excel with you. Okay, at the time of the exam. So you're only going to be given formulas. You're meant to identify among those formulas where is the error, where is the mistake. Then you have called making reference to the cell. Okay, making reference to the cell. You have called relative reference cell. Okay, as well as you now call absolute reference cells. Okay. So generally, okay, they have the same function, the only that when it comes to what we call absolute cell reference, you want to ensure that you pick the same value from that particular cell. Okay, the best time to use the best way to explain through the Excel itself. So let me do so. We'll call relative cell reference, and you have called absolute cell reference. Now, if for example we don't make reference, let me go back to the Excel. Okay, we will want to refer to the marks of that we would refer to the marks of. So assume these are the marks for MA1. Assume these are MA1, MA1 marks. Okay. So here you want to have the report card to the student. Okay. This is the report card. Okay. Yes. There's a report card. Okay. So you're going to have this report card for which student? Student called Matthew. Okay. This report card for Matthew. Okay. Therefore, what do you have here? MA1. Okay, we have here FA1. Okay, so you don't have to type again the marks. So you see, we make reference to the marks you got for MA1. So equals, you can go to MA1, Matthew. Okay, we can therefore B2. Now this is called a relative reference to a cell. Okay, therefore, whatever is the content of B2 began therefore what will be appearing in F2. Okay, this will refer to as relative cell reference. Okay, relative cell reference. Okay, and if you do the equals, then what ought to appear in F2 ought to be equal to 34. Okay, let's go relative cell reference. Absolute, this way you want to pick the same number. Okay, for instance, you want, for example, try to think of something that you have an absolute value. If, for example, the amount of tax paid by the employees are the same. Assume these are employees. Let me just okay, get something. These are the employee number 001. Okay, 001. Okay, 001. Employee number. What of them they are? Home. No, that's what I wanted. Okay, employee number 1, employee 2, employee 3, employee 4. Okay, assume this is a tax they pay. They pay the same tax. Okay, they pay tax 23, 23, 23, 23. Now, since they're paying the same tax, okay, you don't have to make relative reference. If, for example, you want to hear to, this is the report to the KRA tax report. Okay, this is an example I'm trying to give. Okay, you want to have here, okay, this is the individual employee, maybe pay slip. Okay, Here you want to prepare one for the employees. So you have here employees of the company. Okay, so employee number 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, they pay the same tax, so therefore you can do relative reference. This is not the best. Okay, you can simply do employee number 1, they're paying 23, so you make reference to B12. Okay, that's what we call relative cell reference. Okay, absolute, what you can do is that you put now the dollar sign, okay, before the cell. So this is B, I put the dollar sign before the P, and I put the cell sign before the row. Okay, so I put the dollar sign. They're called using what we call absolute cell reference. Okay, you put the dollar sign before the row number and the column number. Okay, here that referred to as the absolute cell reference. Okay, that means therefore, since this is absolute, that means therefore whatever value appears in cell B12 can be referred across cell F12, G13, okay, G12, H12. Okay, if I do that, then if I can drag across, okay, now I can be able to drag across this particular, since this is an absolute cell reference, the same value ought to be picked up in F12, G12, and H12. Okay, so in case I drag here the formula, then this is going to, they'll be referring, okay, all of them to the cell B12, all of them, B12. Okay, that's the case. So in case I prefer here, this is still B12, this is B12, this is still B12, they're called referred to as absolute cell reference. In case you never use the dollar sign, then that's called a relative cell reference. Okay, and what will appear, let me just the same. If I do the relative cell reference, okay, it will be equal to B12. Let me put it down here so that there's no nothing to refer to. Okay, be equal to B12. Here it is. Okay, we have it here, but here don't forget this is not absolute, which means that in case I drag the formula, don't forget in B23, B23. If I drag the formula, there's nothing in C12. So in case I drag here, we are not going to be referring to B12, but now we'll be referring to C12. Let me just drag the formula. And to be a 0. It's a 0 because this is C12 now. Okay. So absolute cell reference, you want the value to refer to that particular cell only. Okay. If you do relative cell reference, which is what you'll be doing, you'll be going to the next column. Okay. From B12 to C12 to D12 to E12. Okay, if you do relative cell reference, if you drag the formula, it means you're going to the next column. If you do an absolute cell reference, you'll be referring to that particular cell throughout. Okay, like we have here, like in this example here, B12, 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 and here B12. Okay, if you do the relative cell reference, okay, it will be B12, then C12. Okay, if I drag again, it will be D12 now. Okay, if I drag again, what appears in D12 is what appears here. Okay, which in this case is the employee, which is now the D12. Okay, well, the key distinction between the use of, okay, the cell reference, okay, either as in absolute term or in relative terms. Clear?
Excuse me.
Yes, yes, yes.
I've not understood the relative cell reference.
This will refer to as the relative cell reference, okay? That you'll be referring to the set, to the value on that particular row. You'll be referring to the value on that particular row. But in case you drag the formula, it goes to the next column. Do you get it? Because here, the reference we made was B12. Can you see B12 here? B12, here it is.
Yes.
If you drag the formula, it goes to the same row, but the next column. Which means if we go to C12, isn't it?
Oh, yes.
Then next will be D12, then E12, F12. Okay, that's the case you want to do a relative cell reference. They have done here. So B12, C12, okay, D12, E12, okay, the same way until the end. If you do an absolute cell reference, you won't refer to that particular cell only. Okay, the way we have done here. Okay, so here we're going to be referring. So in case here we are referring to B12. Don't forget, I'll use the dollar sign here, the dollar before the column and the dollar before the row. Okay, that means therefore, if I drag the formula, I'll be referring to B12 only. Okay, it won't be changing. Okay.
Yeah.
Therefore, in case I drag the formula here, let me do so. Okay, it means you'll be referring to the same cell. This is B12, B12, B12. All of them. They're referring to one particular cell, referred to as absolute cell reference.
Okay.
Clear?
Yeah.
Okay,
Thanks.
great. Okay. What else? That's absolute relative. Okay. I think you've done this already. Okay. The sum. Okay, you can do so. Okay, that's the use of the dollar sign. The use of the dollar sign. So the dollar sign make either the row or the column the absolute. Okay, the absolute point of reference. Okay. Questions so far? Okay, no question. Then we have what we call errors, okay, and maybe it's called circular reference, okay. A circular reference, this is where you want to sort of, the best time to use, you want to get to know, okay, this value, how was it arrived at, okay, where did it come from, okay. It's a formula you have, but you want to know where did this value come from. This is a formula you have here, but where did it come from, okay, because the use of the circular reference, okay. For example, we can use call the use of trace precedence and trace dependence. Okay, if for example you have here, you want to know how was the 15,000 arrived at. Okay, you can now be able to refer how the 15,000 was arrived at. Okay, through the use of trace precedence and the trace dependence. Okay, for example, so let's for an example so that it becomes clearer to you. We'll call the dependence. So if, for example, let me just put here the tax. This is the total tax. Okay, so let me just put equal sum. Okay, equal sum of all this. Okay, from employee number 1 to employee number 15. Okay, that's therefore the tax. For example, the company is meant to pay on behalf of the employee for that particular maybe month. Okay, so you want to know how was this 92 arrived at. Okay, you can use to call the use of trace precedence. Let me show you where it is. Just a minute. Yes, here it is. Okay, you can do trace precedence. Okay, on the formulas, you can see you want to know where the formula came from. Okay, you want to know where the formula came from. Okay, therefore, what do? You do a trace precedence, and that's called the trace precedence. So in case you click on it, it's going to tell you that 92 was derived from those values here, 23 all the way to or B12 all the way to B15. So they call the use of trace precedence. Clear? Okay, that's the use of the trace precedence. You do want to tell, okay, where was this 92 arrived at? Okay, where is it coming from? Okay, for example. Clear?
Yes.
Okay, great. And lastly, we have got the errors, okay, which I think I'll leave you to go through the errors, okay. There's some errors going to occur. For example, let me, so the errors when it comes to the Excel, or the spreadsheet, show that, hey, maybe you made a mistake along the way. So it's upon you now to try to review, okay, the mistake you've just made, okay, the mistake you just made, okay. So these are errors which I think I would want you, you have the books with you, okay, or even these notes here, okay. So go through these errors, and because you'll be asked, okay, this particular error, for example, the hashtag value, okay, this here, this hashtag value, what does it mean? What type of error does it indicate? Okay, the null value, the hashtag null, what does it indicate? Okay, so I think I'll leave you to do that, but they can be asked. Don't forget. Okay. Any question on that? Okay, no question. Great. Then I see you tomorrow. Okay. So what we were doing was trying to do the basic of Excel, for example. So tomorrow we shall do how we present the information in Excel, okay? The use of tables, the use of pie charts, the use of, what else can we use? The use of graph, okay? That's what therefore we shall discuss tomorrow, okay? Also a very short topic. Question? Okay, no question, great. Then see you tomorrow.